Hello, it's Mythical Mayhem, ready for some mythical fun. Before I start, I do not own any pictures you will see in this video, so all credit to the creators. Bef- Before our story takes place, we see a kid, Izuku Midoriya, hanging around Bakugo Katsuki and his friends. They always love to play games, but every time they do, Deku gets hurt, either by the kids with the quirks now fighting Deku, or making him do stuff he doesn't want to do. In this case, they made Deku go search around in the woods till he finds something interesting. So he does. Now, time is going way faster than Deku expected, and it's getting dark. He keeps on looking around till he falls into a big pit filled of darkness. He cannot see anything, but all he can knows is he can barely move. Then he sees a helmet with what looks like a hydra behind it. It seems to be roaring at fighting something, but Deku could not tell what or who the Hydra's fighting. So he decides to see if he could get away, but he noticed something on him, what looks like strings. He looks around and sees El Shaddoll Wingo and El Shaddoll Construct. Now, Deku screams at seeing her and tries to run away, but the strings holding him back. But El Shaddoll Construct oddly seems calming. She quietly tells Deku, "Please take the core and leave." He hears this, not knowing what to do. He just stays still. But then El Shaddoll Construct lifted the core and El Shaddoll Wingo and gave it to Deku. Deku, who actually frightened, ran as fast as he can until he saw a big gate. He walked through the gate, and seeing he was back in the forest. He hears people in the distance. "Does anybody see him?" Deku grudgingly wakes up, going, "Help!" And that was barely loud, but still loud enough for people to hear. People rushed to Deku's aid. Now, seeing Deku holding what looks to be a helmet, they were worried because it seemed like a piece of the helmet actually impaled Deku in his arm and in his chest. He was rushed to the hospital. Now, unfortunately, Deku was now while in the middle of the ambulance ride, he feels something weird, like he's being torn apart and rebuilt from the inside. He feels, but he can also feel everything around him. Not just what he can feel with his hands, but like everything around him, like the people outside of the car. Now, people driving by him and the people inside next to him, it's like he can see them without using his eyes. Now, then Deku actually passed out. Once he woke up in the hospital bed, Deku screamed, Where? Where is it? Now, Deku screamed even more, Where's the helmet? The doctors ran to him, trying to calm him down, them telling, It's right over there, in the corner. Deku sighed a relief. Oh, that's so good. Whew. The doctors asked, Why does it matter? Isn't it just an old helmet? No, it's something I need to protect, Izuku said. The doctor sighed. Fine, but we have to tell you some things. It seems like a piece of the helmet pierced you in the chest and in your arm. We're not sure if it will have any side effects on you, but for now, we'll keep you on site on the hospital, seeing if anything happens. So Izuku stays. Of course, Bakugo and the Bakugo's friends go over to say, We're sorry, and promise they will never do it again. Spoiler alert, they do it again. So Bakugo Katsuki, he leaves the room, and Deku actually, he felt better, and in fact didn't sign any signs of a quirk nor anything from the helmet, so they just let Deku out early. Deku walked over to the park he played at with Bakugo and his friends, and sees Bakugo picking at a few small animals, a little lizard, a little bird, and a little cat, all beaten near death. Deku, seeing this, going, Stop that right now! Bakugo. Ooh. Bakugo says, Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? Ooh. Deku screams in anger inside of him. What can I do? So he clenches his fist. Once he does, a little bit of blood actually falls from his hand. Once he does, he sees string coming out of that little wound, picking up the bird, the salamander, and the cat, making a shaddoll beast, salamandra, and falco. All of them starting to be picked up by these strings. Not knowing what to do, they just start to transform, changing from their once normal form into more of a mechanical shape and look.